Welcome to another episode of the Border Law Cricket Podcast with Jim and Akim. Today we'll be reviewing the game played earlier between Sri Lanka and Australia. It was a pretty convincing victory by Australia in the end, even though in the first 20 overs, Sri Lanka were in total control of the game and then they had a dramatic collapse, falling from 125 without luck to 209 all out. What's your take on the game?
I think Sri Lanka will be disappointed. They'll be disappointed in that batting effort. They've been batting well all tournament. It's really their bowling that has let them down for the most part. But in this game, they got a very good start. They were at 125 before they lost the first wicket in like 21 or 22 overs. And after losing that wicket, 125 for one, they collapsed to 209. So that was a very disappointing batting effort from them. And the Australian batting has been fragile in this tournament, but 209 runs wouldn't have been enough to defeat them on the day, and it showed, and they were able to cruise home comfortably.
A plus I think that Sri Lanka could take away from this game with their batting effort is finally some runs for Kusal Pereira. He was their leading run scorer in the last tournament, scoring, getting runs at over 110 strike rate throughout that tournament, averaging about 40. He has struggled so far this time around, and today he was back to his old self. What do you think of the innings between him and Nisanka at the top?
I think it was a very good partnership. We know how Kusal plays. He loves width, he loves cutting, he loves driving, score the wicket, and he likes pulling as well. He got a good number of those in the game today. I believe that the Australians probably bowled a bit too short to him. And Nisanka was good. We know him as somebody that times the ball pretty well. And he was unsung. And it really took Pat Cummins coming back into the attack and breaking the partnership. Uh, he bowled fairly well, I think, in the middle overs when he came back. And him breaking the partnership there really, it ended up breaking the back of the Sri Lankan innings because we did not expect a collapse like that at all.
Speaking of that color, the first wicket was caught by Warner deep square. It was a very good catch. But the wicket of Pereira, I don't know if you saw it, but could you, I think it was a poor distance. It was a pretty good ball hitting the top of our stump. He tried to power it back down the ground, missed it
Yeah.
totally, and it crashed into the floor. I think it was a very poor shot. What about it?
Yeah, I think it was a poor shot. Like we've seen in this tournament where the bounce has been variable on these pitches. Like a lot of batters have gotten out LBW and clean ball. Oftentimes they've tried to drive, I believe, too hard down the ground. The bounce has not been very consistent on the pitches. And I feel like it was a case of him probably thinking that he was in for a while and was set and he was trying to force the pace of the game. And the ball, it came back a bit, it had a bit of shape back in, and it ended up just being poor execution, and he got out. And at the time that he got out, it was a crucial phase in the innings for Sri Lanka, and they faltered after that.
Outside of Asalanka, no other player got into double figures. Um, Adam Zampa got 4 wickets, pretty good sign for him. He started poorly, had a back spasm about 2 overs in. I thought he was going to come off the field and then kept bowling, started picking up wickets, and basically destroyed that middle order, Sri Lanka. Um, what do you have to say about his bowling effort?
He's somebody that we've been fairly critical of thus far in the tournament. So I was happy that he was able to get a performance in today. We did say that if Australia was or if Australia is to win games and progress in the tournament, he's somebody that would have a key role to play along with Glenn Maxwell. I thought Maxwell was good today as well. Zampa bowled well. He picked up 4 wickets. Uh, his length and variations in pace, I think, were a bit better. And he got batters out LBW, which means he was starting the deliveries on the stumps, which is very important in conditions like this where the bounce isn't very consistent. So I think it was good from him in tandem with Maxwell, who has been playing his role with the ball fairly well. So the Aussie spinners turned up in this game.
And the Australia inning, Del Marsh showed Tahiro Kumar came into the team. I thought Kumar started the tournament was quite expensive. He made way for, well, he, in his place today. Went at 11 and over, about 4 overs, 40 something, 4 overs, 47. Mitchell
Yeah.
Marsh, very, very severe against pace bowling. Took a liking to Kumar. Um, that got the innings underway. Outside of Kumara, though, what do you have to say about the opening spell of the Sri Lankan?
I think outside of him, it was fairly decent. They picked up the 2 big wickets. Madhushanka, I believe, got 2 wickets
Madhushanka
in
got
that over.
two.
He got Warner and he got Steve Smith. Australia will be a bit concerned with the modes of dismissal from Steve Smith. He's gotten out LBW 3 times now, I believe, in the tournament to delivers that he generally doesn't miss. He's generally very strong off his stumps. But outside of Kumara, I think the new ball effort from Sri Lanka was decent. I believe that they were probing and they got big wickets, but it was just a matter of them having to follow up in the middle overs. And that didn't fall through today.
There saw two graphics today. Australia has the worst average against left-hand seam bowling. Um, they have the worst average for against left-hand seam bowling for all the teams in this year's tournament. They average 90.
So,
And yeah, that's all. Madhushanka is left-handed. He got 3 wickets and looked like Wazima from today. He scored really well. Um, Also, Marnus Labuschagne has the worst strike rate of all batters who have faced over 100 balls in this tournament. His strike rate is 58, 60, something like that.
yeah,
So
he's looked very pedestrian thus far.
he has struggled to score the spinners. He's not getting out quickly. He's staying at the crease, but he has struggled to turn the strike over against the spinner, and he doesn't seem to have a sure boundary shot. So that is some concern. Um, Spin master Josh English got 58. What do you have to say
Yeah, he
about
did.
it?
I think it was very important for English to get runs in this game. We've spoken about his selection and him coming in for Alex Carey. Carey was woefully out of form, and I think that the Australians probably made a move a bit early in removing him from the 11. But that being said, Josh Inglis came into this game, his second game of the tournament, I believe, and got a half century. I think he was good. He was positive. He played with intent. And it was the sort of innings that will give him a lot of confidence and Australia a lot of confidence because they need batters to put their hands up in their middle order, especially if Smith and Warner don't get runs early. He has been getting some scores, but he hasn't been scoring at a rapid rate.
Yeah. So we've been seeing a pattern with this tournament. Runs being scored from the top 3 batters. Then we have had collapses almost every game from the middle order. we said from the start of the competition that it would be a new ball tournament. First 20 overs is very key. You have to cash it. Either when you're bowling or when you're batting. That sets the tone for the result that you should be getting at the end of the day. I'm sure Sri Lanka thought they would have gotten 300 today. Fell short terribly.
Yeah.
Um, Australia seems to have found some rhythm. They caught well today. And as I said before, it's really their catching that has let them down. I don't really think it was the bowling or the batting. As persons who have played cricket professionally, we know the effect that good feeling can have on you as a bowler.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference in the figures at the end of the day and deliveries that they can follow up with. Bowling your first ball, seeing it get crunched into the cover, someone diving and stopping it for only one or four can affect how you close out the over, whether you're going to attack the batsman or just saying
Brilliant.
the over's already gone bad, they just have to finish it. Good to see that they turn half chances into full chances today. They hang on to all their catches. And I think that is what set them up for the win today.
Yeah, I believe that was very good. The out cricket was good from them. It was back to the standard that we expect from Australia. They're usually standard bearers in world cricket for the fielding. It was disappointing to see how they were fielding earlier out in the tournament, dropping some chances that they really should have taken. And as we said before, this isn't the strongest Australian team that has left their shores for a World Cup. So they really have to be very efficient in all that they do. And fielding is something that they have large control over. And it's a part of the game that they really have to be on top of all the time.
So what do you see as the way forward for Sri Lanka? They basically have to win all the games that are left. They have 7 games, six games left. They have to win all of them to go. What do you think their chances are?
I think the chances for them advancing are very slim. They still have tough games left to play. What they would want to see is them executing a more rounded performance. Generally, they bat well and they don't bowl well. Today, they didn't bat as well, and the bowling was neither here nor there. Australia got the target in about 35 overs or so. But they need to have a game where they put all three facets of the game together to compete. I believe that there are games in this tournament that they can win, but it will really require a total team effort, a total rounded effort for them to get over the line with this young, inexperienced team.
We also haven't mentioned that they have lost their captain to a quite here.
Yeah.
Kusal Mendes has now taken on
The role of
mantle of
captain.
being the captain, and his first day out didn't go so well for him. It's as if the captaincy armband in that team is quite heavy. We all know the struggles that Shanaka has in this year, averaging 9 leading into this tournament. Um, we wish all the best for Mendes
We
and
wish him the
hope
best for the rest of the tournament.
his and I hope the 4 years started the tournament with isn't hampered by being named captain for the rest of the tournament. The way forward for Australia, they still have a chance to get into the semi-final stage. They also have Travis Head Cup. What are your thoughts on their future?
I think Travis Head coming will make them a much stronger unit, a much better batting unit. It will be interesting to see who he will come in place for, because Marsh has gotten a half century here at the top of the order. I figure that everybody will probably move one place down, and it might be a matter of maybe Stoinis leaving the team. I don't know what you think.
Final statement.
I don't think Steve Smith will leave the team. He is probably their best batter overall. He hasn't gotten any scores in the last couple of games, but he is a big player. He's a big game player. You're going to back him. I believe that they will back him.
Well,
So,
you need to win the games
uh,
before you get to the big game.
as from getting this win, they have a fixture. I think Pakistan is their next game,
Yeah,
and
they
that's
have
a very
Pakistan.
important one. I believe that is one of the games that will really decide who sneaks into fourth place, I believe, in the tournament. And if they lose to Pakistan, I believe that their chances of making the top four are gone. So from here on, all the games are must win games, but that game against Pakistan is crucial for them. They have to play at the very best against a Pakistani team that is familiar with these conditions.
So hearing that the Australian team averages 19 in the power play against left-hand seam bowlers, Pakistan has one of the best, Shaheen Shah.
Yeah, one of the best in the world.
Um, what do you think their prospects against that side of it?
I believe that Shaheen Shah Afridi will wreak havoc in that game. I expect him to probably get 2 wickets, 2 or 3 wickets in that power play. So Australia will have to come up with a plan of negating him and keeping him out of the wickets because if he strikes early and he removes 2 or 3 from the top order, they will be in trouble. We've seen them struggle to get to 200 runs in this tournament thus far, getting scores of like 190 plus and barely 200. So if they cannot find a way of keeping him out, they're going to be in trouble.
All right. You have anything else to add for today?
That's it from me.
All right. That's the end of today's episode. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share.